Today, we'll debate do video games increase violence? With Derek, a concerned parent and advocate for traditional values, and Samantha, a tech-savvy researcher and gaming enthusiast. They're two artificial intelligence personas. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Derek. I'm a high school history teacher and a father of three, living in a suburban neighborhood where I take an active role in supporting my community through youth programs and our neighborhood watch. I'm passionate about upholding traditional family values and see myself as a guide for the younger generation. One of my greatest concerns is the impact of modern media, particularly video games, on our children. I fear that these games desensitize kids to violence and foster aggressive behavior. I've come across numerous studies and personal stories that validate these concerns, which is why I advocate for stricter regulations around video game content and ensuring they are appropriate for certain age groups. Our responsibility as parents and as community members is to protect our children and instill the values that will help them grow into responsible, compassionate adults.
Hi, I'm Samantha, a cognitive psychologist specializing in the effects of digital media on human behavior. I work at a prestigious university conducting research that delves into how video games can influence our minds and behaviors. As a dedicated gamer myself, I enjoy exploring a wide array of video game genres. Contrary to some popular beliefs, I don't see video games as a catalyst for violence. Instead, I view them as a constructive outlet for stress, and a platform where players can develop valuable skills such as problem solving and creativity. Research has consistently shown no direct causal link between video games and violent behavior. I believe that socioeconomic factors have a far more significant impact on aggression. What we need is better parental guidance and media literacy, not more restrictions. Understanding and open communication are crucial to addressing societal concerns, and that's what I advocate for.
Thank you, guys. Derek and Samantha will now present their 3 rounds of arguments.
While I remain concerned about the potential negative impacts of video games, I understand, from Samantha's research background, that there are also potential benefits to this medium that shouldn't be overlooked. Video games can indeed offer a platform for developing problem-solving skills and can serve as a creative outlet. When approached responsibly with appropriate guidance, video games might complement education by enhancing cognitive skills, such as strategic thinking and spatial awareness. Therefore, I believe there is room for compromise. By combining my advocacy for stricter regulation with Samantha's focus on media literacy and parental guidance, we can aim to ensure that children are exposed to the positive aspects of gaming, while minimizing the risks. This balanced approach could help us leverage the strengths of digital media, while protecting our traditional values and ensuring the well-being of our youth.
Understanding Derek's concerns as a parent and educator committed to traditional values, I see how video games might be perceived as a threat, potentially fostering negative behavior. However, a blanket approach of imposing stricter regulations can inadvertently stifle the positive potential of gaming and imply a negative bias without addressing the root of the issue. Overregulating could limit access to beneficial content and stifle creativity and innovation within the industry. It might also distract us from more impactful factors like socioeconomic influences, which research indicates are more substantial in shaping behavior. Instead of restrictive measures, we should focus on enhancing parental guidance and education around digital media use. This way, we can empower parents to better understand and manage their children's gaming habits, promoting a more nuanced approach that respects both the evolving digital landscape and traditional values.
I appreciate Samantha's perspective on avoiding overregulation, and I agree that we need a nuanced approach to addressing concerns about video games. However, my worry remains that without some level of regulation, we risk exposing children to content they aren't ready to process in a healthy way. While socio-economic factors indeed play a significant role in shaping behavior, we must also consider that the immersive nature of video games can sometimes exacerbate existing issues, especially if access is unrestricted. Stricter regulations, in conjunction with enhanced parental education, can serve as a protective measure, ensuring that kids engage with games more safely. By setting clear age-appropriate content guidelines and encouraging responsible gaming habits, we can help protect our children's development while still allowing them to benefit from any positive aspects gaming can offer. It's a balance of safeguarding their environment and preparing them with the right tools and understanding.
I acknowledge Derek's valid concerns about ensuring children are exposed to appropriate content and the need for protective measures. However, I firmly believe that strict regulations alone won't effectively address the complexities of video game impacts on youth. It's crucial to focus on empowering parents and guardians through education and media literacy training, enabling them to guide their children's gaming experiences actively. By equipping parents with the knowledge to discern and discuss game content with their kids, we foster a proactive environment rather than a restrictive one. Additionally, we should promote the development of digital tools that allow parents to customize settings based on their family's values without stifling creativity or innovation in the gaming industry. It's about creating a collaborative effort where regulation supports informed decision-making, ultimately nurturing a balanced approach that aligns with both safeguarding children and embracing the potential benefits of gaming.
Well, Samantha, your vision of a world where every parent is a tech-savvy wizard might be a little too optimistic. Even Hogwarts didn't offer a crash course for that. While parental education is a lovely idea, not all parents can suddenly transform into digital media experts. Some of us are still struggling with the TV remote, let alone managing sophisticated gaming settings. Kero. On a more serious note, while educating parents and enhancing media literacy are certainly valuable, they can't replace the reassurance that comes with clear and consistent regulations. Otherwise, it's like giving someone a map without a compass. By having both appropriate regulation and informed parental guidance, we create a more comprehensive safety net for our children. So to sum up, while I'm all for empowering parents, let's also give them the regulatory backup they need through some reasonable controls. That way we ensure a balanced approach where children can safely enjoy games, develop skills, and where my traditional values need not be put on pause every time my kids pick up a controller. Let's face it, anything to keep us from hitting the metaphorical wall on Rainbow Road is a win, right?
Derek, your idea of regulation is noble, but it feels a bit like bringing a sledgehammer to a pixelated party. I mean, if we're too heavy-handed, we might just end up regulating kids right out of their gaming chairs and into, gasp, books, and we all know that some books have way more controversial content than any video game. In all seriousness, while regulation has its place, it shouldn't be the sole strategy. By focusing heavily on regulations, we might risk turning it into the villain of our story, missing out on teaching kids essential skills like critical thinking and self-regulation. Skills even Gandalf would approve of. So to wrap it up, let's equip parents with the right tools and information, ensuring they can guide their kids without turning their homes into mini prisons with digital bars. Games can be great teachers if guided properly, and with a little bit of trust and communication, we can create a world where gaming and traditional values can high-five in harmony. After all, isn't a combo of magic and logic what truly makes an adventure epic?
Thank you for your speeches. Someone from the audience will now make a question to Derek and Samantha.
Hello, my name is Alex, and I'm a parent of two teenagers who are avid gamers. I've been following this debate with great interest, and I must say, both Derek and Samantha make compelling points. Something that hasn't been discussed yet, though, is the social aspect of gaming. With so many online games having a social component where kids communicate and interact with other players, sometimes strangers, I'm curious about Derek's viewpoint on this side of gaming. Do you see this social interaction as a benefit in helping kids develop social skills, or do you have concerns regarding safety and the potential negative influences they might encounter? How do you think we should navigate this aspect when considering regulations and guidance?
Hi Alex, thank you for bringing up a really important aspect of gaming, its social component. This is a double-edged sword, in my opinion. On one hand, online games can indeed help kids develop social skills, such as teamwork and communication, often in diverse, global groups that they might not typically encounter in their day-to-day lives. However, my concern lies in the potential risks associated with these interactions. Kids might be exposed to negative influences or inappropriate content, even while they're supposed to be having harmless fun. The anonymity of online environments can sometimes lead to behavior that wouldn't happen face-to-face, such as cyberbullying or exposure to unsuitable conversations. I believe this is another area where regulation and guidance need to play a role. Parents should be aware of parental controls that can limit or monitor online interactions. It's also crucial that children are educated about online safety and are aware of the importance of making careful decisions about who they interact with and what they share online. Ultimately, it's about finding that balance, allowing them to enjoy the collaborative aspects of gaming while making sure they are as safe and protected as possible. This way, the social potential of games can be harnessed positively without exposing children to unnecessary risks.
Hi Samantha, I'm curious about how video games might impact kids' academic performance. While you've mentioned the cognitive benefits and problem-solving skills that games can provide, I'm wondering if there's any research on how time spent gaming affects things like focus, attention span, and time management when it comes to schoolwork. As a concerned parent, I'd love to hear your thoughts on balancing gaming time with academic responsibilities. How can we ensure that video games are a healthy part of kids' lives without negatively impacting their school performance?
Hi Alex, thanks for the great question. Balancing gaming time with academic responsibilities is certainly something many parents worry about. Research in this area is quite nuanced. While video games can enhance certain cognitive abilities like problem solving and strategic thinking, moderation is key to ensuring they don't negatively impact academic performance. Studies suggest that excessive gaming can indeed lead to issues with attention span and time management, especially if it begins to encroach on time that should be dedicated to homework or other learning activities. However, when games are played in moderation, they can complement educational experiences by providing a positive outlet for stress and helping to develop skills like multitasking and decision-making. To strike a healthy balance, it's important for parents to set clear boundaries around gaming time, ensuring it doesn't interfere with schoolwork or sleep. Encouraging a routine where gaming is a reward for completing homework assignments can be effective. Also, engaging with kids about their gaming experiences can help parents better understand what their children are learning and how it might apply to real-world situations. In the end, by fostering an open dialogue and maintaining a structured schedule, video games can be part of a balanced lifestyle that supports both academic success and personal growth.
The debaters now have a minute to talk about something they regret not bringing up to the discussion.
Well, I must admit, one thing I regret not bringing up earlier is how I could really use a cheat code to navigate these teen years at home, just as long as it doesn't involve another level of laundry. And as for one of Samantha's points that gave me a chuckle, it's this ideal of turning every parent into a digital media expert overnight. If only it were as easy as leveling up in a game, just press B for boss parent skills, right? Ah, if only it were that simple. Kidding aside, it's been a stimulating discussion for sure, and I think we've both learned a lot from tackling this multifaceted topic.
Looking back, I definitely missed the chance to discuss how video games can teach valuable life lessons, like knowing when to quit, something I learned the hard way in one too many late-night gaming sessions. And as for Derek's amusing notion that stricter regulations would magically solve all problems, it kind of felt like suggesting a parent mode toggle switch on kids if only we could just patch the perfect behavior update right into their firmware. In all seriousness, it's been a fun and insightful exchange, highlighting just how complex and colorful this dialogue around gaming can be.
Thank you, folks. Let's go over to our judges.
Derek's scores. 1. Clarity and structure. 8 out of 10. Derek presented his arguments clearly, focusing on traditional values and concerns about desensitization to violence. He maintained a structured narrative throughout, though some points could have been expanded for greater depth. 2. Engagement and rebuttal. 7 out of 10. Derek effectively engaged with Samantha's arguments, providing thoughtful rebuttals while maintaining a polite demeanor. However, there were opportunities for him to more directly challenge some of her claims, which he missed. 3. Use of humor. 9 out of 10. Derek skillfully used humor to make the debate more engaging. His jokes were relevant and lighthearted, helping to communicate his points effectively and keeping the tone friendly. Samantha's scores. 1. Evidence and support. 9 out of 10. Samantha provided well-researched arguments, referencing studies to back her points about the benefits of gaming. Her arguments were grounded in cognitive psychology, giving her stance a strong foundation. 2. Responsiveness and adaptability. 8 out of 10. Samantha demonstrated good adaptability by addressing Derek's concerns and integrating them into her arguments. Her responses were thoughtful, though occasionally they could have been more directly aligned with Derek's points. 3. Creativity and engagement. 9 out of 10. Samantha's use of humor and creative analogies was excellent, making complex ideas more accessible and the overall discussion more engaging. Her friendly tone and playful jabs kept the debate lively and engaging.
What are your opinions about the debate? What would you like to see AI's debate next? Keep questioning.